Hi there, I'm Virginia Lindsay of Ginger Cake Patterns, and today we're going to make some projects dealing with scrap fabrics. I don't know about you guys, but I have a mountain of scraps that I've been saving and planning to make some huge beautiful quilt with, or whatever I think I'm going to do with them. But today I'm going to make 3 projects that kind of chip away at this stack. I think you're going to really like them, so stay tuned. Okay, the first thing we're going to make are scrunchies, which I know these were from the 90s, but people are into them again, and my students loved making them in their spare time during class. What you need is a piece of fabric that is 4.5 inches high and 18 inches long. So the first thing you want to do is take this piece and fold it in half, and then sort of finger press to make a crease all the way down the middle. Then open it back up. And you need an 8-inch piece of elastic. This elastic is 1/4 of an inch wide. I wouldn't go too much wider than that. You can use a wider piece, but this is ideal. And we're going to take and then add a nice safety pin to the end of it. Okay? Then you just place this right over to one side of that center crease you made with your finger press and safety pin it on. Pin it on. And we're going to tack this on right here. And once you do that, just move that out of the way and take your piece of fabric and fold it right sides together, and you're going to sew from about 2.5 inches in on either side. Okay, so we're back with this sewn on, this 8-inch piece of elastic, and with stitches from here to here, not all the way to the end, from here to here. Then you just turn this piece and right side out. And then once that is done, you already have the elastic went down in there, and you can feel your way to where the safety pin is. Mine is right here. So I simply just take this and push it through. Doesn't really matter if it gets twisted or anything in there. It's just because the elastic is going to get all twisted in your hair. Then kind of look around for where that finger press was, or you can kind of remake it by just doing this. Okay, so you have your piece of elastic right there, just to one side of that, the center of the fabric. Pin that in. Then you want to just bring these two ends together. Push all that kind of gathered fabric to the center, and we're bringing the ends of our elastic together like this. So I'm holding each side of the elastic. I'm going to put the pin through both of them right here, and I'm going to put a pin in here and here. So this step really confused my beginner students, but basically this is the scrunchie, right? And this is just that open edge. And I'm just going to sew across this. So all the way here, this is a little bit closer so that you can see. I'm going to sew straight across here with the elastic pinned on either side. Okay, here is the opening I just sewed. Right there. See that? Now I'm just going to turn it like this, and pulling on the elastic really tightens it up so that you can easily fold under the seam. See how it folds under real easily when you're kind of pulling it? And then just take some pins, and on your machine you're just going to top stitch right across here. Right across there. Okay? Okay, all top stitched. There's the top stitching. Can you see it? And it just makes such a cute scrunchie. Just like the 90s, baby. But the girls wear them in their hair and it's adorable. If I had long hair, I would show it to you. Okay, the next thing we're going to make are this really cute eye mask for sleeping. They're so fun and easy to make, and they take up very little fabric. And what you need to make them is a piece of elastic. And this one I covered, which you're welcome to do. I'm just going to show you the basic without the covered elastic. And this one was really hilarious to make. I made it really quickly just with plain kind of brown fabric, and then I drew the eyes on. If you're a good artist, this would be a great gift for you to give to people. But what you need to do this is you can go to my website and get the pattern piece. And then you just need a piece of black fabric for the back of the mask to make things dark. And that measures, it's about 4 by 8, a little bit longer, 4.5 by 8. Okay, so everything is 4.5 by 8 of this. So 4.5 of black fabric, 4.5 by 8 of fusible fleece, or batting would be fine, cotton batting. And then a piece of a pretty print of the same size, and a piece of fusible interfacing. I almost always use the same interfacing, which is 931 TD Pellin. Okay, so we're going to fuse the interfacing to this and fuse the fleece to the black, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now that I've fused the interfacing on, I'm going to lay my two pieces down. I'm going to do this piece, the backing piece, is going to go face down with the fusible fleece on there, and then the other piece, the print, is face up with the interfacing on the back of it, fused. And then here is my pattern piece. And so I'm just going to pin this on here. Take some nice sharp scissors and cut this out. I'm getting through all the layers here all at once. Take it apart. There's actually not much sewing in this one at all. And you're going to take a piece of elastic. This one is about 1/2 inch wide and 15 inches long. So we're going to put it right here. And you pin it right here, right where the curve starts for the top of the eye. Kind of just flatten that down right there. And then take the back piece, and we're going to make a little sandwich. And we want the opening to turn it inside out to be right up here. That's a nice flat area, a good spot for the turning. So that's going to be about 3 inches wide, that opening. And now that you have it pinned, we're going to sew around, from around here all the way. Be careful of this nice curve back here, and back stitch, obviously, to turn it inside out. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I sewed around the whole perimeter, and now I'm just trimming off the extra bulk. Do it like this, and then turn it inside out. And really poke out the corner, the edge, the curves, so that your seams are fully extended. And you have this really pretty sleeping mask. So now I'm going to go press it and show you guys how I'm going to close up that opening really easily. There's a couple ways to do it. Okay, so I pressed my piece really well, and now I have to kind of deal with this little opening right here. And there's a couple ways to do this. You can do a blind stitch to close that up so that you can't see it. That's a really easy way to do it. You can top stitch all around to kind of close it. But my preferred method is to use the Steam-A-Seam Light, and you measure how big the opening is, and it's about 3 inches. So I'm just going to tear off a 3-inch piece of Steam-A-Seam Light, a little bit less probably, like this. And Steam-A-Seam Light is kind of sticky. It's like a sticker. So you just take it. You have to make sure it doesn't stick to your fingers too much. and you put it in here along the inside of the seam. And then you just let it kind of stick. It sticks automatically, and you just peel this part off, and then it sticks all together. Oops. It sticks all together, and I'm just going to press it closed, and it'll be permanently sealed. There's no pressure on that seam, so this is a perfect application for Steam-A-Seam Light, and it looks really nice. I'll show you in just a minute. There we go, all sealed up. Isn't it pretty? Okay, I'm going to try them on for you. Here's the first one, or the one we just made together. Very lovely. It's so dark back here. And then the one with the cute handmade little band, you know, the nice, ooh, and that's really comfy actually. So that's what that looks like. Very pretty. And then finally my favorite one, it's kind of weird, the eyeballs. There it is. You can really freak your kids out with this one, I think. What do you guys think? Very fun. Hope you get to make one. Okay, the last thing we're going to make is this really cute eyeglass pouch. I did make this with my students and they loved it. Here's some of my 5-year-old sunglasses, but it's really cute. They also said they wanted to put pencils and different things in it. And I made this pattern piece. It's over on the blog. You can go get that. And all you need for this is a piece for the exterior. Now I just use quilting cotton. I think that's the best. It comes because somebody made them with thicker, and it doesn't sew together as nicely along this seam. So you need an exterior piece of quilting cotton, and these pieces are about 8 by 8.5. Okay, and then a matching piece of fusible interfacing. 981 TD is what or 931 TD is what I always use. I already cut this. And you're going to fuse this to the back of this. And then you need the interior piece here and a piece of fusible fleece. If you guys can notice, I almost always use all the same products. So you just fuse these two together. And then, okay, so those are fused. This one on the back, the 931 on the back of the exterior piece, and the fleece on the lining. And you put them together like mirror images, and we're just going to cut out the pattern. Pin them together, and you'll notice on the pattern piece that you do have this one curved corner right here along with the big curve. And that's to make this kind of nice curved edge here. So basically, all you're cutting is this curved corner and this one up here. You can trim this up if you want. And then this. Take out those pins. Take away the pattern piece. What's nice, the pattern piece also has the area where you need to have the opening. So you can just put that right there. Mark that first with your pins. And then do a couple pins around. We're going to now sew from here all the way around in the back and stop here. Okay, so I stitched all around, but I left the opening. And then I also used my scissors to clip these squared off corners and kind of trim down everything. I got about this much extra off. Then you're just going to turn the piece right side out through that opening and use a chopstick to get your, or whatever you have. If you have a point tool, that'd be even better, to get your corners out nice. And I kind of use it up here on the curved corner too. That curved corner is just barely curved, but. And then press. And while I'm over there, I'm going to use my Steam-A-Seam light to close up. While I'm at my iron, I'm going to use the Steam-A-Seam light again to close up this opening, just like I did with the eye mask. Okay, I pressed and I closed up that opening. And the last thing to do is just fold it over like this. Put a few pins in. Now I put my pin sort of more in the middle than close to the edge, and I find this makes it sewing the around this opening right here a little bit easier, because you are sewing through some layers here. Like this. Okay, so at your sewing machine, just sew down here and across, and then you'll be done. So cute. Okay, I hope you enjoyed making those scrap fabric projects from your extra scraps. The things that I use, like the fabric markers and the Steam-A-Seam and some of my other things I use, the sewing machine, I have links to all those down in the description, so feel free to check that out if you'd like, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be making more videos soon, and leave a comment and I'll be sure to try to answer it. Thanks so much. Enjoy your sewing time. Bye-bye.